But today we're talking about databases, and ultimately, we're talking to you. If you have a database release cycle of weeks or months, and it's just hard every time, we want you to be able to make changes to your database backed systems and do that in days or hours or minutes. We want it to be a zero friction, no drama, just a normal thing that we do, no stress, no outage windows and telling the customers don't be in the system from this time to this time. We want to take all the drama out of it, and we recognize that there's not as much guidance that's publicly out there as there should be. There's an old quip. Um, uh, but this isn't really an old tweet back from 2019. Michael Richardson will give him credit, but the meme is applications with no databases. In the real world, none, 0%. But in articles on deployment patterns and blogs, 100%. All these applications, oh, here's how to use DevOps, and here's the tool, and you go, oh, great, 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 great. Oh, wait a minute, it's just a website. Oh, that doesn't help me at all.
Yeah.
Because we got to integrate the database.
Yeah.
So,
And
uh,
I must say, I find that
yeah,
frustrating to see a lot of frameworks and templates that want to show you something, especially for Microsoft, and they don't have a database included. And I get it, right? Because setting up a database is work. It's a non-trivial thing, but as this tweet shows, right, that's just not how the world works.
yeah. And it's different in a few ways. The in the agile parlance, compute components or things that just do processing, they don't have any state. We can just drop them, destroy them, we can put them back, and that's easy. And that's why I think all the simple and trivial DevOps and automated deployment examples that you find online, they just have the application, oftentimes a web application or a web service, and no database, because that's the easy part. But storage components in general, they're different. They have to preserve data for years. A SQL Server database is one of the really important storage components, but architecturally, think of it similarly to blob storage or file storage. If you have a storage component, you have to preserve that data. You can't just destroy it and put it back. And even a directory structure of files on a disk, that kind of has some of these same architectural tendencies. Your deployment has to cope with the data that's already there, and it's probably been there since before the word DevOps was even coined. And certainly, if you have data before 2010, that's definitely true. And when it comes to software, the data is more likely to be the company asset that has executive visibility rather than the code that operates on the data, because that can come and go. And some of this data probably existed, uh, many years ago in a file cabinet when the company digitized that type of data. So the data goes way back, and there's a difference between test environments and production environments. Test environments are kind of easier to manage because at certain times you can drop and then recreate the database and do a big load. But you oftentimes can't do that in UAT or staging very easily because you have you have people who are doing testing that have kind of set things up the way your product, whoever's doing product management, they've set up certain types of profiles and the way your system works. And if their data went away, that is a production database for your product manager. Maybe not all your customers, but for some internal stakeholders, that they have to use that to do their job.